little while ago, my son was running, he slipped, and he began to bleed a lot. It was a deep cut though on his chin, and he needed stitches. So we ran him over to the emergency area, and he needed stitches. And he began to cry a lot. He was like 6 years old, and he began to cry a lot. And he's like, Daddy, Mommy, tell him to stop, right? The doctor comes out with a big needle to freeze the area. He's like, no, tell him to stop. Tell him to stop. And we're like, oh, come on, you're great. You're doing so well. We're squeezing his hand and we're cheering him on. He's like, no, just tell him to stop. We're like, oh, come on, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. We're almost done. Gave the needle, froze the area. The doctor gave the stitches. We wrapped up. The next day, I asked my son, do you remember what happened yesterday? He said, yeah, how could I forget? He said, well, guess what? Let me just explain to you the dynamic. The doctor had to come in to give you a needle in your chin to freeze up the entire chin so that you won't feel it when he has to very, very carefully give you the stitches. Without that needle, he couldn't give you the stitches. That needle was needed to make sure that your chin can heal for the rest of your life. Now, I know it hurt, but it was needed. So with that in mind, do you wish we told the doctor to stop? You were begging us, tell the doctor to stop. Do you wish we told the doctor to stop? And my son thought about it. 6 years old, thought about it. And he said, no. It was good that he gave me the needle. And even as an adult, it hit me so hard. It hit me so hard because we so often are like that child. Well, God, what are you doing to me? Make it stop. Are you there? What's going on? But if we could realize that God is like that loving parent, the Chovas HaLevavos, when he reads works in philosophy, says the greatest level of faith that we could reach is when we recognize that we're like a baby in our mother's arms. Our mother's caring for us so much, won't let anything wrong happen to us. Our mother's, but we don't understand everything, like the child that doesn't understand everything, but the parent knows better. If we can appreciate that we're in our parents' loving arms, being embraced and being taken care of, even with the adversity is there to help us. So with that realization, we can then come closer to our parent and recognize that even though it might hurt right now, it's really for our best.